Charlie Finley owned and operated the Oakland Athletics for 20 years. And nearly everybody, including his fellow owners, players, fans of the team, the media, the baseball conditioner, nearly everybody disliked or even despised Charlie Finley. He came at a time when everybody in baseball disliked change. And Charlie Finley was all about change. He wanted orange baseballs and orange bases, for that matter. Never caught on. What did catch on, though, was World Series night games he wanted and the designated hitter. That, of course, changed the game forever. Finley's baseball organization was all about him, and he meddled in everything. He designed the sleeveless uniforms in 1962 and then the Kelly green and gold that came 2 years later. He brought Charlie Oldham Mule, the mascot, Harvey the Rabbit, to give baseballs to the umpire. He had a pneumatic air machine behind home plate, the big blowhard, I think he called it, to clean off the home plate. He had a shepherd in the outfield grass, and he often reworked the dimensions of the ballpark. One of his fights was with Yankee Stadium because he thought the Yankees were good because of their short dimensions down the line. Finley also made all the baseball decisions in Oakland, deciding who to draft, who to sign, making trades, suggesting lineups, even offering advice for in-game strategy. He often wrote the copy for the yearbook, made out song lists for the organist, and decided menus for the press room during the World Series. And all the baseball decisions, including who to draft. And that is one thing that Charlie Finley could do. He could spot talent, and he put together a core nearly entirely within the organization that went on to be great from 1971 through 1975, winning 5 division titles and 3 World Series. This core included 3 future Hall of Famers, Jim Catfish Hunter, Raleigh Fingers, and Reggie Jackson, and included several other future All-Stars like Joe Rudy, Gene Tennis, Blue Moon Odom, and Sal Bando. Some of these players were coming onto the team as they left Kansas City, and I remember seeing them playing in the '67 season. And I knew, as everyone else did, that eventually this miserable franchise, the Kansas City A's, was going to be good. This is Apba Baseball Classics, where yesterday's stars performed through cards and dice, classic games on our tabletops. Hello everybody, this is Apba Brian with Apba Baseball Classics, bringing to you Game 79 of the King of the Hill tournament. The 1972 Oakland Athletics will visit Baltimore to play the current Kings of the Hill, the 3-0 Baltimore Orioles of 1969. Here are the starting lineups for today's game. Cappy Campaneris, Joe Rudy, Reggie Jackson, Mike Epstein, Sal Bando, Angel Mangual, I think his name was Tim, Colin, Duncan, and Catfish Hunter on the mound. For the Orioles, Paul Blair, Don Buford, Frank Robinson, Boog Powell, Davey Johnson, Brooks Robinson, Andy Echeverren, Mark Belanger, and the 1969 AL Cy Young Award winner, Mike Cuellar, 23-game winner with a 2.38 earned run average. We'll be using basic Apba today. I use the smaller book, usually. I never use the extra large book. 2011 edition of the boards. I give my catchers a chance to throw out the base runners with this chart here in the lower right-hand corner of my runner on first base page. That was copied offline and pasted into my book. Cappy Campaneris steps into the box. And here's the delivery from Mike Cuellar. 3-4 is a fly ball to center field. Paul Blair is under it and makes the catch. He is a master center fielder defensively out there. Brings up Joe Rudy, who hit 305 in 1972. He probably was a team leader that year offensively. 19 home runs, 305 average. 4-6 is a fly ball to Frank Robinson in right field. 2 outs. Here's Reggie Jackson. 4-1 is a swing and a miss, strike 3. The A's go down 1-2-3 in the first. Orioles coming to bat. All right, Jim Catfish Hunter completes his warm-up tosses. He was a 21-game winner in 1972 with a 2.04 run average. Paul Blair steps into the box. 6-3 is a fly ball to Reggie Jackson, who is playing center field for the A's. Don Buford comes to bat. 3-2 is a ground ball hit to Colin at second base. Throw to first. 2 outs. And Frank Robinson. 3-1 is a 9 against an A pitcher. That's going to be an out. A ground out to shortstop Campy Campaneris. He was one of the first of the A's core players to come up. I think he came up in about 64, 65. Hunter was brought up about along that time as well. 3 up and 3 down. We go to the top of the second inning. No score. Mike Soup Epstein leads off the top of the second inning. He came up with the Washington Senators. 25 is a ground out to the shortstop. Here's Sal Bando. 1-6 is a roller also to the shortstop. Mark Belanger scoops and throws the boot foul at first. 2 outs, 2 ground outs. Here's Angel Manguel, the left fielder. Or actually, no, he's a right fielder. 1-3 is a base on balls. First base runner in the game. Here's Tim Cullen. 3-5 is a swing and a miss. Strike 3. No runs, hits, or errors. 1 left. Bottom of the second. A's nothing, Orioles nothing. The Athletics had their Kelly green and gold uniforms in 64. And then in 65, they had 1 All-Star on the team. I think it was Norm Seaburn. And Ralph Halk was managing the American League. He would not play Seaburn because he was embarrassed of the uniform. A lot of people hated those. I loved him. Especially when he introduced the wedding gown white with the green. I think that was in 65. Boog Powell is the batter. 5-5 is a 8 against an A. That's going to be a pop-out. On the infield, third baseman Sal Bando is under it and makes the catch. Here's Davey Johnson. 3-6 is a Y, and Catfish Hunter has a Y, so Johnson is a strikeout victim. Caught looking. 2 outs. Here's Brooks Robinson, whose grand slam in yesterday's game was the difference for the Orioles. 5-6 is a 34, and that's also a Y strikeout modifier, so Brooks Robinson strikes out. It's been 6 ups and 6 down for Catfish Hunter. We go to the top of the third. No score. Catcher Dave Duncan will lead off for the A's in the top of the third. He only hit .218 in 72, but he did have 19 home runs. Here's the windup and the pitch from Mike Cuellar. 6-5 is a pop-up to the catcher. Caught by Andy Etchebarren. 1 out. Brings up Catfish Hunter. 4-4 for Hunter is an 8. That's going to be a pop-up in the infield. Brooks Robinson's under it and makes the catch. Top of the order and Paul Blair. Or excuse me, the A's are up. Top of the order and Campy Campaneris. 4-6 is a swing and a miss, strike 3. Above that 13 is a 14 asterisk. If he gets a walk on 45, he also steals second base. Bottom of the third, A's nothing, Orioles nothing. Etchebarren, Belanger, and Cuellar are the batters due up in the last of the third inning. 5-5 roll is a pop up to third base. Mark Belanger had a good year on offense, great defensive shortstop, but hit 287 and 69. 4-4 roll is a base hit for Mark Belanger, a single to right field, and that is the Orioles' first hit. Fast runner at first base. Here's Mike Cuellar. Cuellar will attempt a bunt. Has little or no chance of getting a hit. So we'll always try to advance the runner. 1-4 is a 30. Bunts down. Picked up by Sal Bando. Throw to first, and Belanger goes to second. So a successful sacrifice by pitcher Mike Cuellar puts the runner in scoring position with 2 gone, and Paul Blair coming to bat. 2-4 is a swing and a miss, strike 3. Blair leaves Belanger stranded at second base. The run's on a hit, 1 left. We go to the top of the 4th, or bottom of the, top of the 4th. Nothing. All right, 3-time All-Star Joe Rudy will lead off for the top of the 4th inning. Great defensive player in the outfield as well as a fine hitter. 1-1 roll for Rudy. He barrels one up and hits one for a double over the third baseman down the line. No outs. A's have a runner in scoring position for Reggie Jackson. Left-handed pitcher pitching to a left-handed batter. Jackson rolls a 6-5, just missed the home run. Pop out to the third baseman. Here's Mike Epstein. Epstein hit 26 homers, led the A's in 72 with home runs. 3-3 roll. That's a drive deep to left field. It might be, it could be, it is out of here for a 2-run home run for Mike Epstein. Pushing across Joe Rudy ahead of him. 2 RBIs for Epstein, and the A's take a 2-0 lead with 1 out in the 4th inning. Here's Sal Bando. 4-3 is a ground ball back to Cuellar. Throw to first, 2 outs. And now Angel Mangwa. 4-2 is a swing and a miss, strike 3. But a productive inning for the A's. 2 runs on 2 hits. The bottom of the 4th. A's 2 and the Orioles nothing. If the A's win this game, of course, they'll become the kings of the hill. But if they don't win this game, they're going to get another shot on Monday when the 73 A's come to Baltimore. Don Buford leads off the last of the 4th inning for the Orioles. Now they're down by 2. Buford rolls a 2-2 roll, and that's going to be a base hit to right field. Second hit for the Orioles. Both have been singles. Here's Frank Robinson. Robinson's only 1 for 11 in the project, but that one was a home run. Here's a pitch from Hunter. 3-2 is a ground ball to second. Colin flips to Campaneris. The relay to first is not in time. Fielder's choice. Now Frank Robbie's a base runner at first base. The A's are fielding column 2. Orioles are fielding column 1. Luke Powell's the batter. And like Frank Robinson, he is only 2 for 11 in the project, but those 2 hits were both home runs. 3-1 is a 9. A base hit for Luke Powell. Now the Orioles have first and second with Davy Johnson coming to bat. 2-2 roll for Davy Johnson. Line drive single to left field for Johnson. That's going to score Frank Robinson. Orioles' first run. Boog Powell is slow. He will stop at second base. I play it safe with my slow runners unless I say otherwise. The Orioles are on the board. A's 2 and Baltimore 1. Still only 1 out. Here is Brooks Robinson. Hunter into the stretch. Here's the pitch. 4-6 is a 27. Hit on the ground to Bando. Throws to Cullen over to first. It's a 5-4-3 double play. But Baltimore gets on the board with 3 hits. We go to the top of the 5th inning. 2-1 Oakland. Tim Cullen leads off for the A's in the top of the 5th. He rolls a 4-6. That's skied to right field. Frank Robinson is under it and makes the grab. Here's catcher Dave Duncan. Spent a long stretch being the pitching coach for the St. Louis Cardinals, and he was a very good pitching coach. 65 is a pop-up to the catcher. 2 outs. Here's Catfish Hunter. Swing and a miss, strike 3. We're halfway through. A's 2 and the Orioles 1. Andy Etchebarren comes up for the Orioles. He's looking for his first hit in the project. He's 0 for 10. 4-2 is a swing and a miss, strike 3. That is 4 strikeouts for Catfish Hunter. Mark Belanger is the batter. 4-6 is a ground ball to the pitcher. Hunter throws to Epstein, and Belanger is retired. Mike Cuellar. 3-5 is a swing and a miss for strike 3. Hunter's 5th strikeout. Go to the top of the 6th inning. A's up by 1. All right, Campaneris leads off the top of the 6th. He was a good defensive player as well as a very fast runner who stole a lot of bases. He had a lot of range at shortstop. He was rated Apba 9 for shortstop. That's a good rating. 1-5 is a base hit for Campaneris. And he can steal on the next pitch. A roll of 24 through 66. He'll be safe as he goes. There he goes. 21, he is not safe. Caught stealing. Davy Johnson applying the tag. 1 out. This next pitch to Joe Rudy is a 4-6, and that's a fly ball to right field. Caught by Frank Robinson. 2 outs, and here's Reggie Jackson. That's a pop-up to third base. So there was a hit, but no runs and nobody left. Go to the bottom of the 6th inning. 2-1 A's. The 69 Orioles are hanging around. They're only down by 1 run. They're at the top of the order, and Paul Blair leads off for Baltimore. Ground ball to second baseman Tim Cullen. The throw to Epstein. 1 out. Don Buford. Orioles didn't run a lot, but Buford did steal 19 bases in 69. 6-6 roll for Buford. That's a hit column opportunity. 4-5 is a double for Don Buford. That's Baltimore's first extra base hit in this game. Brings up Frank Robinson. There's a drive by Frank Robbie. It might be. It could be. It is out of here, and the Orioles lead. All right, Frank Robinson with his second home run in the project. That brings up Boog Powell, who has also gone deep twice. 4-6 is a swing and a miss, strike 3. Powell's the second out. And now Davy Johnson. 3-4 is a fly out to Reggie Jackson in center field. But the Orioles on 2 hits score 2 runs, and for the first time in the game, they take the lead. We go to the 7th, 3-2 Baltimore. All right, this is the fatigue inning for both starting pitchers. 3 bad things happen to them. Their grade will go down 1 level. Baltimore starters have been giving them a lot of innings. 2 of them, they played 3 games. 2 of them have gone 8 innings. Mike Epstein steps into the box for Oakland. They're now down by a run. 2-4 is a ground ball to first base. Picked up by Boog Powell, and he'll take it by himself. 1 out. Brings up Sal Bando. 6-1 is a 22. And that's a roller also to first base. This time he'll flip to Cuellar for the out. 3-1. 2 outs. Angel Mangwell. 3-5 is a 40. Foul ball for strike 1. 6-5 is a pop-up to the catcher, and that's the end of the top of the 7th inning for the Athletics. 7th inning stretch time. Baltimore 3, Oakland 2. All right, Brooks Robinson will start it off for the Orioles. He's 3 for 12 in this project with a home run and 4 RBI. 3-2 is a ground ball to Tim Cullen at second base. The throw to first. 1 out. Andy Etchebarren. That's a roller to the shortstop, Campaneris. Throw to first, and Etchebarren is retired easily. 2 outs. Here is Mark Belanger. He rolls a 3-1, which is a ground out to the shortstop. 3 ground outs and 3 outs. We go to the top of the 8th. 3-2 Orioles. All right, so tail end of the Oakland order for the top of the 8th inning. Colin Duncan, and we'll probably see a pinch hitter for the pitcher with Oakland being down by 1 run late. Cuellar pitching to Tim Cullen. 5-1 is a ground ball to the shortstop. Belanger throws to first. 1 out. Here is catcher Dave Duncan. Gene Dennis comes out on deck. He'll pitch it for the pitcher. 1-5 is a ground out to the shortstop. Rinse and repeat. Here's Gene Tennis. Always thought of him as Gino Tenachi. There's the pitch to Gene Tennis. 2-6 is a swing and a miss. Strike 3. Bottom of the 8th. Orioles up by 1. All right, Mike Cuellar has been very effective. He's allowed only 3 hits and has not walked anybody. He's going to stay in the game and hit for himself. 2-6 is a swing and a miss for strike 3. Top of the order. Oh, new pitcher, by the way, is Bob Blocker for Oakland. Forgot to tell you that. He's a grade B pitcher with a Y and Z modifier. Here's the pitch to Motormouth Blair. Grounded to second base. Tim Cullen's up with it. Throws to first. 2 gone. And here is Don Buford. Buford walks. So he's been on base 3 times. Single, doubled, and walked. Frank Robinson is the batter. He went deep in the 6th inning with a 2-run homers to put the Orioles in the lead. 2-2 roll for Frank Robbie. That's a single to right field, and Buford will round second and go to third. Robinson's 2 for 4. Here's Boog Powell. 2 on and 2 outs. Runners playing, the infield playing normal depth. Here's the pitch to Boog Powell. 4-4 roll. And that 7, which is usually hit, is turned into an out by the B pitcher. Fly out to center field. For the 3rd out, no runs, 1 hit, 2 left. We go to the top of the 9th. Orioles 3 and the Athletics 2. Well, Baltimore had a great chance to get runs in the bottom of the 8th inning. Stranded runners on 1st and 3rd. They might regret that. Bert Campaneris will lead off for Oakland, followed by Joe Rudy and Reggie Jackson. Mike Cuellar still has no marks against his fatigue. He's as fresh as a daisy. And here's his offering to Campy Campaneris. 3-3 rolls and 8. But the A grade is going to turn out into a pop out to third base. Rudy has doubled in this game. 4-2 is a 9, and that's a ground out to shortstop. Against an A pitcher. 2 gone. Last chance for Oakland is Reggie Jackson. Reggie has as many as 47 home runs and 69 for Oakland. But I think the team dysfunctionality and upheaval affected his career. He followed that 47 home run season with 23, 32, and 25. He didn't get back to 40s until he was with the Yankees. Although he hit 36 and 74, but I do think he was bothered by all the unsettledness on the A's teams. He defied his owner's mandate against mustaches when he showed up with one in 70, I believe it was 72. But Finley thought about it and changed his mind. He offered money for the whole team to grow mustaches, and they did. Here's a pitch to Reggie Jackson, 63, as a fly ball to right field, caught by Frank Robinson. And the Baltimore Orioles come from behind and live to be kings of the hill another day. They are now 4-0, winning this game 3-2. We'll be back with the line scores in a second. All right, Oakland had 2 runs on 3 hits and no errors. And the Orioles had 3 runs on 7 hits and no errors. Cafe Channel is saddled with a loss. He pitched 7 innings, gave up 3 earned runs. Mike Cuellar went 9 innings, gave up the 2-run home run to Mike Epstein. And that's the only 2 runs he gave up. He's the winning pitcher. Epstein homered for the A's. And Frank Robinson hit the game-winning home run for Oakland in the 6th inning to put them ahead 3-2. Mike Cuellar will be the MVP of today's game. Pitched a gem. He was the Cy Young winner in '69, with a 2.3 earned run average, won 23 games. Next game, another date with the Oakland A's, this time the 1973 A's. Thanks for watching. Have a great weekend, and God bless.